Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to Lost in Spain. This is Etesham and today I'm lost in Avila. Maybe sometimes being lost is not a bad thing. You might want to find a new way and not walk on the path shown by the others. This is what a young woman from 16th century did. She found her own way to connect with the God, to connect with the divine. And because of this philosophy, she became a saint. And we are talking about Saint Teresa of Jesus, also known as Saint Teresa of Avila. She's one of the doctors of the Catholic Church nowadays, and she's one of the most popular Spanish saint. So today I'm in the city of Avila, following the footsteps of Saint Teresa. I will visit the church built over her birthplace, then I'll visit the monastery known as Monasterio de la Encarnacion, where she lived more than 30 years of her life. Then if I get time, I would like to show you Alba de Tormes, a town 90 kilometers from here in the province of Salamanca, where she died actually. So let's go and follow the footsteps of Saint Teresa of Avila. So as you all might know, Avila is a World Heritage City located 105 kilometers northwest of Madrid. It is famous for the medieval walls that are considered the best preserved walls anywhere in Spain. But it's not only the walls, it's the city where the famous Saint Teresa was born in the year 1515. So many people, they come here to pay homage to the life of Saint Teresa. The best way to start your tour of the life of Saint Teresa is by visiting the convent of Saint Teresa, which has been declared a basilica. This convent is built over the house where Saint Teresa was born. It is from 17th century and it is made with Spanish Baroque architecture. I have seen pilgrims from all around the world coming here in big groups, and they do masses inside this church because she is a very popular saint around the world. All the places related with the life of Saint Teresa has a metal plate with her footstep, because she is also known in Spanish as La Santa Andariega, the walking saint, because when she preached her philosophy and teachings, she would go from one village to the other on foot, telling her teachings to the people. So as always, inside the church is very nice and serene. When they're having religious services, you're not allowed to do the tourist visit, but you can come here as a pilgrim and attend the mass. As you all know, Saint Teresa is a very popular Spanish saint. She has the category of Doctor of the Catholic Church, and she was the first woman saint to have this category. She preached mysticism, which is the philosophy saying that any human being can have contact with the divine without the intervention of any third person. She was a reformer of the Catholic Church, and she is the founder of the Christian order known as Los Descalzos Carmelitas, the Discalced Carmelite order. So the main thing to see in the church is the Capilla Natal, that is the birth chapel. It's a small chapel on one side of the church where Saint Teresa was born in the year 1515. It is built over the little room where she was born. So you can even see the representation of the bed where she was born. And just in front of the birth chapel, we have Huerta Santa Teresa. That means the little garden of Saint Teresa. This is the garden where Saint Teresa used to play with her brother when they were little children. This garden actually is a real garden because the church is made on the house where she was born. And on one side, you can see some of the writings of Saint Teresa with her signature. So as I always do before leaving the church, I did a small prayer in the church. And if you're coming for the first time to Avila, you can also visit the walls of Avila. I think walls are the most famous things in Avila. There is a big part of wall that you can walk upon. There is a ticket you can buy. It costs 8 euros and you can walk over the walls of Avila. Since I had seen these walls many times, so this time I didn't climb the walls, and what I wanted to see was Monasterio de la Encarnacion. This is the monastery where Saint Teresa lived 31 years of her life, 27 years as a nun and 4 years as the prioress, as the head nun. On the outside, you have a sculpture of Saint Teresa walking with the staff in her hand, and you can always go inside to see the monastery area with the cell, the chamber where Saint Teresa used to live. You have to make sure about the timings because it's only open in the morning hours, then it's closed for lunchtime, then it opens back in the afternoon. There is a small donation that you have to pay to go inside. It's like 3 or 4 euros, but it's very nice and interesting to see the monastery from inside also. This is the interior of Monasterio de la Encarnacion, where Saint Teresa lived almost 30 years of her life. This is the seat used by Pope John Paul II when he visited the monastery in the year 1982. So this is the wooden plank that Saint Teresa used as a pillow when she lived here as a nun. So it's really interesting to see the interior of the monastery. You have these kind of cells or chambers where these nuns would live, and it's something like a prison setup, and you have the visitors, their family members, who would come once in a while to visit them. But as they would live a very monastic life, they were sort of secluded. They would talk with them from the other side of the railing in the window. Then I went to Alba de Tormes, that is located 95 kilometers from Avila in the province of Salamanca. This is the place where Saint Teresa died in the year 1582. So there is a big basilica here which has the relics of Saint Teresa. So this basilica started in the late 19th century. After a few decades of work was left unfinished. Although from outside it looks unfinished, but inside when you go, you see all the decoration and everything. So it's really beautiful on the inside. So here we have a sculpture of Pope John Paul II who visited Alba de Tormes in 1982. And behind the basilica we have the museum known as Carmus, Carmelite Museum. So in the Carmelite Museum, that is the Museo Carmelitano, you will see things about the religious order of the Discalced Carmelite. And apart from that, the most famous and the most important thing here are the relics of Saint Teresa. There is an arm of Saint Teresa and her heart that have been preserved here in this church. So people, of course, who are very Catholic, who venerate and worship Saint Teresa, they come here to see the relics of Saint Teresa. And you can also see the chamber where Saint Teresa passed away. So it's like a representation of the bed where she died. On the higher part of the town, we have the remains of the castle that is from the medieval times, rebuilt in the 15th century by the dynasty known as the Dukes of Alba, a very important noble family in the history of Spain. So it's only one tower remaining of what would have been a bigger castle. If you look on the ground, you will see the foundation and the design of the bigger castle that was here. So nowadays it's sort of an art gallery. You have to buy a ticket to go inside and have a look at some sculpture or some exhibition that they have inside there. I just saw it from outside. It looked really imposing and beautiful. As I was short on time, I had to go back to Madrid. I saw this from outside, the castle of the Dukes of Alba. Friends, this was my day tour to the places related with the life of Saint Teresa of Jesus. The main places, the place of birth, that is Avila, and the place where she died, Alba de Tormes in Salamanca. I hope you liked this video. Please do keep in touch, share and subscribe to the channel. And soon I'll try to bring you some other interesting thing about Spain in my coming videos. So till then, Hasta luego. Bye bye.